Hey guys and welcome, I'm 4N2, and this is my third DvZ map, and this video is the tour of it. So, this map is a 3-shrine map, taking place in a big old city, which is the reason that the Reddit post has the name Big Old City, because I don't have a better name for the map. I actually don't have a name at all. This map has been in development for like 5 months. Not once have I come up with a actual name. But you know what? Big Ol' City works just fine, I guess, as a temporary name. Feel free to name change or whatever. Nisavin, I guess. Anyways, let's jump right into the map. So, this area here that we're flying around in, starting off this video, is the first shrine area. So, first shrine is right over there, and over here we got the big old mob spawn. Here it is. It's a giant raven or crow. I don't really know, but you know what? It's one of those giant blackbirds. I think it's probably a crow because they eat carrion. I don't know about ravens. Anyways, this is where mobs will spawn right here. And they gotta go to first shrine as per usual DvZ map. Anyways, so coming out of there, there are a couple paths. You just saw me jump onto that roof there. The other path is they jump down here. I'm just gonna start off with the main path to first shrine, which is across this bridge. This is probably where dwarves will build their walls and defenses, is on this bridge. And I would say that mob protection can probably be this right around here. This could be like mob protection, then build protection is about maybe at where this lamp is. Mob protection should extend for this entire side of the river. I don't really want dwarves over there, is all. If that's not practical, then I guess it's fine, but that's the intent. Anyways, so main path for monsters is to go across this bridge here, take a left, and just like this, take a left, and head right into the shrine. The shrine is the the shrine name is the Waterfront Shrine, if I recall correctly. I have it written down. Waterfront Shrine. This first shrine here is called the Waterfront Shrine because it's on the waterfront. But it's inside the building for the Star Mining Company. They are a gravel and stone company. They house a lot of gravel and stone, as you might expect. This building here is the kind of office building where they manage stuff. And here you've got this office. This is actually some concept art for the map that I put into the map as a poster. Over here is the office of Mr. H.B. Day. This is his desk. He's got many fine juices on display. He's got a window here so we can look out over the area. Whatever this area is called, it's the area. And some more offices. Anyways, this building connects with 2 entrances into the gravel pit. Here we are, because, you know, this is a gravel mining company, so they've got gravel. So that's entrance number 1, well, rather number 2, and this is entrance number 1. Anyways, the gravel pit, in the quarry there is that much gravel, 11,000 gravel. So that's most of the gravel for the map. There's a little bit more out here. I don't think that's factored into that. Maybe it is. And then there's also a little bit of more gravel later in the map that we will get to. Okay. Yeah, so anyways, that's the primary path for mobs. It's across that bridge, but obviously that's going to be pretty heavily defended. Second path is well, you just swim across, which is kind of annoying to swim across the river. So there's kind of this here with the bridge. It's still a lot of swimming, but there's like little bits of stones you could jump like that. But it's probably pretty protected because if you're swimming low in the water, it's going to be hard for dwarves to shoot you or anything, so it's pretty safe but slow for mobs to get across. And that's pretty much the second path. Third path, well, if we go up to the bird's mouth here, come on down here, start running through this tunnel alleyway here, and just follow the alleyways a bit, just like this. And then you come out to this dock here, and you run across this boat, and you still have to swim a little bit, but it's much less swimming than pretty much anywhere else. It's still swimming, but there's a lot less of it. Anyways, you come into this boat here, where there's more gravel, because this is a boat for the Star Mining Company. And you come up here, and here you are, right here, at this side of the boardwalk, river, at this side of the river, yes. Anyways, there was a boardwalk down here that lines both sides of the rivers all the way across, so this will be a defensive point. And there's a couple on this side of the river, there's a couple staircases that just lead up like that. There's that one. There's a staircase here on the dock there, as well as another staircase way down there. Path number 4, I guess, is, well, you swim across the river as normal. And once you get here, you have to go to one of those staircases, pretty much, if you want to get up to here. But the alternative solution is to go through the sewers right here. If you go through the sewers like this, it's kind of a long sewers, but you come out in here, in a bit of an alleyway area, which houses the lumber mill for the dwarves to access for resources. And I'll get back to that alleyway there once we start talking about second shrine. But anyways, this area here with the sewers connects this way out into here, this area here. Like that, see? Little tunnel alleyway right there, which connects out to the main plaza here. So that's an area that dwarves will have to defend, probably only mildly, just because it's kind of a long walk time. It really just depends on how well they're defending things in general otherwise. The fifth and final path is, well, this path, I'm going to run across the rooftops here just to show that you can do this. There is a barrier wall like right there, and there's actually pretty much big barrier walls all the way around the map, just to limit the play space, and also mean I don't have to build literally a million rooftops to make this map feel complete, I guess, because those rooftops, you see how that's all complete there? That was the bulk of this map, and they're pretty labor intensive to create all of that, and they only go out as far as the render distances, which is 10 chunks. Anyways, that was a bit of a tangent. You can run across the rooftops here, or you can just go through the alleyway. Either way, there is access to this fifth path here, but this one's just a little more focused, and I'm showing you a bit more of pathways for monsters. So that's pretty much the end of the roofs. See here, this would pop out that way, but instead of just going straight coming out of here, you could also just take a left and it would accomplish the same thing. But through here, you go through this little garden here. Something to note, all these building facades, they do not have interiors. They just have like doors and then bedrocks behind them. And then you come through here into, well, the big wall right here. This big wall. So there's a bit of a staircase here. I'm not going to climb up it for sake of time. long tunnel here, which dwarves probably could defend this half of it, but it's not practical, and dwarves probably won't even realize that that's there most games, so it's probably going to be undefended all the way through to here anyways, which is fine. I'm okay with that gameplay. Anyways, mobs pop out here, they can hop out here, and climb up this staircase over here, and boom, they're right here. And that's pretty much all the paths for first shrine. It's pretty open, lots of paths and stuff, and all comes to here, and I'm pretty happy with it. Oh, also with the sewers, I did forget one thing with the sewers. I should mention it real quick. If you're coming down the sewers right here, instead of continuing on down the sewers, you can come up here through a manhole that's made with vines, and you pop out right here, down on this end of the boardwalk. And you can go through this building here for a little bit more cover. Yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to show there. Anyways, so after first shrine, you're gonna head on to second shrine. This name of the second shrine is the Market Shrine. Market Shrine. Okay. So, Market Shrine. Coming out of first shrine here, you've got two options. You can go this way, or you can go that way. I'm gonna go this way first, down Main Street, because, well, this is the main path. It's big, wide open, and pretty straightforward. Not really a ton of cover for monsters, but it's pretty open, and you know, it's the main path, but it would be definitely not very great if it was the only pathway, which it's not, which you can get a little bit of a sneak peek here. So, these are the alleyways. I'll get to that in a second. Anyways, so second shrine, this is Main Street here, comes up here, up to actual second shrine. This area here, once it loads in, nice and slow. This area here is the Market Shrine, as I've said a couple times now. Start here in the middle of the plaza. This is just the center where the shrine is. From here, it goes off in four directions. That way into just a little shop thing. That way into the bank / clock tower, which is where the gold mine is. And that way to Main Street and First. Also this way to final shrine over there. And alternatively through a big old cathedral, which I'll get to in a minute. There's a lot. This map has a lot going on in it. Yeah, anyways, so, Market Shrine, a bunch of stalls here, pretty basic, couple paths that for people to navigate through, and you can cut through all these little stalls anyways. And as I said, Main Street basically just goes straight in a big open straight line from first shrine to here. It's okay. A wolf could leap down most of it in one leap, I guess. So there's that. But the main, well, not the main area, but the other path for monsters at this time is to just go this way. And we're coming back through here. And you go this way. So there would probably be dwarf shrine protection just around here whenever this for a first shrine, so that mobs can be in this area, but if they go this way they get cut off pretty quickly. Well, that's what I would want anyways. I don't know how the technical side of things would work. This map may be complex for that kind of stuff, and I'm very sorry about that. Anyway, so we come here onto Willie's Way, coming from Lumber Mill Alley. Come out here into Willie's Way, and you got two choices. You can go left or you can go right. I'm going to go left at first. So you come up here into this bit of an elevation here, and then it dips back down. And does this seem familiar? Yep, that's right. You come in here, and this is just a way for the alleyways to connect to Main Street. So say you're going through the alleyways, you could cut out into Main Street here if the dwarves were being defensive kind of up front there. Or if the dwarves are being defensive back here, but not much here, you can cut into the alleyways here. You got your options. Anyways, it comes into this area here, which I'll get back to in a second. I'm going to go back to here where the signpost was. So coming here, that was the left pathway. Here's the right pathway. It's much more flat, but you get this narrow tunnel here that could very easily get slabbed. Very, very easily. So you can come through there, and you can come up into here, and hey, look where we are. We're right back here. And then from here, it's going to continue that way. But before I could do that, I just want to take note of the area here, the blacksmith. It's one of the blacksmiths on the map. It's the auxiliary blacksmith, really. The main blacksmith we'll get to when we get to the dwarven spawn point. Anyway, so here we have two options once more for paths, but much more congested. You can go that way, which is the straight, kind of gradual sloping way, like that, to get up here, or you can just do this way, which is pretty well protected, but you get all these kind of twists and turns, like that. Just some interesting terrain shapes. And then after that, you come down here, down a little bit of a hill there, and you pop out here next to the bank in that little corner of the market square. And that's pretty much Second Shrine, is all those alleyways, Main Street there, and this area here. I'm going to talk a bit about the gold. I'm going to talk a bit about the gold, the bank, the gold bank, right there. And then I'm going to talk about the church a little bit. There's not much to the church. Anyways, so you come in here, and it's pretty much just a straight shot, pretty long. You wouldn't be defending this at all. This is pretty much just for the prep phase. Come in here, big, easy mound of gold to mine. There is 2,995 gold, basically 3,000. Maybe it's kind of low, but you know what? It's very easy to access, and I'm not worried about it. If it needs more, I'll just add more gold, I guess. But I don't think it'll need any more gold. And that's pretty much it for the bank vault. You can come up here and come up into the clock tower here. Got some gears up in here. Can come up here and look over the shrine, but that's really not useful unless you got Warp Weaver bow or something. It's just kind of a nice overlook. And yeah, it's there. Anyways, also from Second Shrine, the other significant structure in this plaza is church here, which is basically a big old Gothic cathedral to the light. So, you come in here, get your nice old onks for the old paladins, come in here, and it's pretty much a decorational piece. You got a very nice dome ceiling there. But pretty much all this is, well, you can also get into the church this way here. You can cut through the gardens. But as I was about to say, pretty much all this is just an alternative path to final, which pops out there, comes out into here. But I haven't gotten to final quite yet. Actually, you know what? I should just do final now, because everything I'm about to show is just all paths to final. Okay, so final is this, if it will load. Thank you. Final is this big, imposing, tall-towered, dark-walled castle, kind of gothic and something else at the same time. I don't know. This angular, towery bits. I don't know what the style is, but I like it. Yeah. So, the main path from second to final is just this road right here. You come up here, and you wind your way around this bend here, and you come through this tiny little choke point right here, which is like, it's 3 blocks wide, and personally I would not recommend this for your maps to have a 3-block wide tunnel. That's way too small of a choke point, except for the fact that, well, the other side of that wall is really easily accessible. A gobo could pillar up right there. A gobo can just sit down here, throw bombs up there, and a wolf, yeah, a wolf is just gonna leap right up here with no problem whatsoever. So you can use that choke point for many mobs, but it's very easy to, disrupt the dwarves defending it on this side. Not to mention that dwarves who are defending this side right here are probably going to get knocked down here. Like, it's very easy to get knocked down here, which for dwarves you either need to pillar up or go around. And if you're getting knocked down, you're probably being swarmed with monsters, so it's not easy to pillar up. Yeah, so, anyways, so that's enough about that wall. Coming into here, we got another kind of little choke point here. It's 2 tunnels though, so that's kind of, a little bit, that's pretty balanced, because this is Final Shrine, and personally I think that shrines should get more and more dwarf favored as they go along. First shrine is the most mob favored, and then so on and so forth until final is pretty dwarf favored, but not too dwarf favored. Then there's the second choke point right here, but it's on a diagonal, so it's a little bit harder to quickly slab off, and also it's a little bit harder to just build defenses for, because in Minecraft, diagonals, if you're trying to move through a diagonal tunnel like that, say you had that, like, it's very easy to get caught on these edges, and that just feels weird. Can't rune dash or whatever. Anyways, that's that. And also, all of these choke points are right next to this shrine, which this shrine is the Celestial Tree, because it's a tree made out of yellow stained glass, and it looks neat. Yeah. So this is Final Shrine, Celestial Tree. It's in the courtyard of the big old castle here. Can't go inside of the castle because that's not the point of this map. This map is a city map, not a castle map. Anyway, so the final shrine here is also dwarf spawn. Dwarves spawn right about, probably right there, to be honest. Right here, looking that way, and this is where dwarves will start their games. So, as such, there's a couple resources around. You got your basic weaponry, survival stuff right here. Sword, bow, potion. No pickaxes, shovels, or axes over there. There is pickaxes over here because this is the primary blacksmith. I like to have the blacksmith right next to dwarf spawn just because it gives dwarves the most amount of time to get armor onto themselves and onto other dwarves. I just find it's the best way to, make sure every dwarf gets their armor on. Is to have it right there. But then, as I showed you earlier, there is that other blacksmith way down by second shrine, on the path to second shrine. So yeah, dwarf spawn. Anyways, other paths to final. So I already kind of showed you the cathedral other path, right through here, straight through, to hang a right, and boom, you pop out right here on this pathway. The other pathway is coming from second shrine. Come through here, through this tiny little building here, which is just a little bit of a barbershop, kind of get a shave, have surgery done on you, because this is the time period. And then you pop out here, this little dirty, gross alleyway. And yeah, boom, you're right here. It's not much, but it's an extra path, and it's also another place for dwarves to kind of defend from during second shrine. I imagine that might be a good place for healers to set up shop. Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much all the paths to final shrine. One other thing is here's an auxiliary gravel pit right by Final Shrine. I like having gravel pits near Final Shrine because, especially if your gravel pit is all the way up at first, it is first shrine. If people want to build defenses for Final Shrine and the game has started, even if it's still first shrine, they've got to go way up there and hang out up there and then come all the way back here. That's a lot of time wasted of just like mining gravel and then running back and forth. That's a lot of time wasted, and it makes building defenses harder. So I find putting a gravel pit back by Final Shrine makes it easier for those builder dwarves out there to build defenses. And really, that's pretty much it for this map. Now, I think there's something very important to mention, and really the whole thing that spurned the creation of this map is kind of the idea behind it is that, well, if you hadn't noticed, everything is buildings pretty much, and there's not really much natural terrain at all. Pretty much just here by Final, that's like it for natural terrain, and everything else is just kind of like enclosed by buildings and just roads and stuff. It's all very unnatural, and the reason, well, that this map even the reason that I even wanted to make this map in the first place, because there's a trend in DvZ maps, a trend that completely makes sense. That DvZ maps take place in kind of natural landscapes, either an icy valley or a green verdant valley, or whatever. Lots of valleys, pretty much. Lots of mountains enclosing the sides and containing the gameplay inside it. And I wanted to make a map that, well, didn't have any mountains. That was a challenge I set out for myself. And having done it, I can completely see why maps take place in mountains and largely natural terrains with, dwarf-made structures inside that natural terrain, but they're really not taking over most of the terrain. Making this map, I understand why, because this map took 5 months to make, and a normal map takes a month. It's a huge time sink, but you know what? Having one map like this is plenty, and I think it came out very well, and I'm very happy with it. Very, very happy with it. And that's pretty much the design philosophy behind this. Or the inspiration, rather. I just wanted a map that was no mountains. This is the no mountain map. That's the entire goal of this map, is to make a map that does not have mountains enclosing the game space. It has buildings enclosing the game space instead, because there's too much natural terrain in DvZ, and let's have a little bit of variety. Not to say that normal maps don't already have variety, but, okay. So there's one last thing I want to show off, and that is the lobby. Okay, so here we are in the lobby, and yeah. It's kind of dark. It's kind of gray. It's kind of nice. I like it. So this lobby is above the city. It's inside the big old castle. And yeah, that's pretty much all there is to it. It's kind of got a neat little gothic something architecture going on here. It's kind of on the big side, but you know what? It's got a lot of places for dwarves to hang out in. Cake Shrine, just general areas here. And it's also got some parkour for dwarves to do. Here it is. You got this, and you got this room here, and then you got this room here. And when you're done with your parkour, you come out, stand up here on this little platform here, and you get to stand up here and basically brag, hey, look at me, I beat the parkour, I'm very special, and I deserve to get hero. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it. You get up here and you hang out. So, that's all there is to this lobby, really. I'd probably say dwarves can start here, looking like this. This can be the lobby spawn right here. It's just a neat little lobby with some big windows that look out over the city. And, yeah, that's really all there is to it. Got a couple windows looking out, and that's pretty much it. Okay, so I've talked plenty about this map now, and it's time to wrap the video up. So, I'd like to thank you guys for watching this whole video tour here. Hopefully you're as excited about this map as I am. It's been a long time in progress. 5 months. 5 months. Oof. What will I do with my life now? Anyways, that's going to do it for this video tour. Thanks for watching, and have a good one.